Not only is this game included in the Xbox and PC Game Passes, but now we have yet another banger on our hands in this month's Prime Gaming catalogue, as you can get Wolfenstein II, the new Colossus, for free until the 12th of June. So with a brand name like Wolfenstein in their title, I simply had no option but to give it a go and let you know how it plays. If you're not familiar with the Wolfenstein series, our main character is BJ Blazkowicz, a true American hero living in an alternate timeline where the Nazis dropped the bomb on America and won World War II.
How do you say thank you in German?
Oh, of course, sir. Let me see. It's,
Yes.
dank.
Yes, out with it.
Dank it.
My God.
Was that all right?
No, that was terrible. You're butchering my beautiful language. It's Dankeschön.
Look at you people, celebrating your own destruction.
The overall plot of the story is that, having fallen to the Nazis several years beforehand, we join BJ in the 1960s, as he teams up with a rowdy rebel resistance and attempts to take back their country from Hitler's Reich.
But I know this. You take freedom away from the American people, you're playing with fire. And I intend to pour some gasoline. Take this!
It will be very useful.
Does this end kill Nazis?
Enthusiastically so.
The darker feel of the game plays out through the cinematic cutscenes, which sets it apart from the previous Wolfenstein title, The Old Blood. Those gamers of a nervous disposition might want to give this one a steer, as some of the themes truly are uncomfortable to watch. We normally play these types of games blasting our way through the crowds of faceless zombies without too much thought for the actual significance of it all, but this game does this differently. I think they've intentionally wanted to really bring further depth to the game by beefing out some meaningful story. We touch on a lot of the subjects you could probably think of if you imagined a world where the Nazis occupied America in the 1960s, where in the real world frictions of race and sexual freedoms were hard fought to bring about equality. In this fictitious one, the Nazis have instead created a new order where oppression is enforced. We get to see how the post-war years panned out in the game through some of the collectibles which give little snippets about the timeline. These are things that I normally pick up and dismiss, but I found myself wanting to read them and find out more about the backstory. Although our main character fails to crack a smile or much of his usual humour in the earlier parts of the game, the story slowly revealed to me why he's so flipping serious in this one, and I actually felt a bit bad for wanting him to cheer up. But the game is not all doom and gloom. No, similarly to the previous title, I'd say it starts at its lowest point and then continues to build and build in what is actually quite a lengthy and really enjoyable story, leaving you on a high. The earlier missions are set around a stolen submarine, and just as I was getting worried that the game was going to play this way the whole way through, it pivoted just at the right time and threw more and more variety into the game to keep it interesting. And the sub itself that acts as a hub for launching the missions is actually a really good addition. It's well designed and it has loads of areas in it that, to be honest, you don't ever have to go and explore, but a lot of it is there purely for the sake of exploring and appreciating it. You can wander around hunting for collectibles, visiting a shooting range, listening in to some of the NPCs reacting to your character, or even interact with them to pick up some side missions.
You good?
Is this a working toilet I see before me? Handle toward my hand?
Yes. Yes, this toilet can handle all sorts of waste. Feces, urine, vomitus, you name it.
Do you have asswipe?
If by that you mean toilet paper, yes. Yes. Of course, we need to mind our rations a little bit, but there's S-wipe in
Oh,
there.
God. Oh, my God.
Yes.
Oh, my sweet God in heaven. A working, mother, flushing toilet. I never thought I'd see the day. It's just, okay. I'm just gonna be in here for a minute.
Good luck.
There's a swathe of different things to collect throughout the missions and challenges to level up your in-game perks. And this is all completely optional, so if you just want to pick up the main story, you can do, and it won't reduce the satisfaction of the game. Made by Machine Games and Bethesda Softworks, the game designers included a fantastic soundtrack as part of that aim to make this a cinematic experience. I don't know about you, but cutscenes are a bit hit and miss for me at times. It's not uncommon that I'll play a game and I'm just not getting grabbed by the cutscene. Instead, I might start checking my phone or just skip the scene completely. But not in this one. If the cutscenes weren't shocking me to the point I couldn't take my eyes off the screen, they would instead be lifting me up with a funky rock soundtrack like I was in some sort of Guy Ritchie movie, as your heroic mob plots its next move to free America.
Five degrees port, and then continue straight forward.
Got it, Blondie. Hey, big friend. You better watch out for the crocodiles.
Crocodiles?
It's not New York underground crawling with crocodiles.
But no, I'm from Texas.
I loved it, Mr. Hitler. Super good.
Mr. Hitler.
I'll say some of the scenes are shocking, but I'm not going to give anything away, but there were more than a few moments where my jaw nearly dropped to the floor as I glared frozen at what was unfolding on screen.
Because I don't need you to be happy. I will just be mentally using your body from time to time for my own personal pleasure.
Not one for the kids, folks. The gunplay is good, with a satisfying variety of weapons and plenty of options for how to use them, either single-handed or akimbo, silenced or very, very unsilenced. It's all down to you and how you want to complete the missions. Admittedly, attempts at stealth will mostly end in getting rumbled and it all getting very loud at some point, but if you wanted to take the time, this is something you can challenge yourself with. One of my few gripes about the game is the weapon selection wheels. I chose to play on mouse and keyboard, that's just what I tend to enjoy for first-person shooters, but I found the selection wheels to be a bit annoying to work with. I eventually unlocked a perk that slows the game to bullet time while you're in the weapon selection wheels, but I think this could have been standard in a single-player game. If you're on controller, however, I don't think this will bother you much. Other negatives? Other than I've already mentioned, I don't really like the earliest missions in the game as much. There's not too much to complain about in Wolfenstein II. The graphics are absolutely amazing. I thought that Old Blood held up really well since 2015, but this 2017 title looks like it came out this year. With the difference that the optimization was so good, I was able to play with the settings all ramped up to max on my higher mid-range PC. Some of the scenes visually are dark, and while it might not translate well perhaps for YouTube, playing at home it was really atmospheric, being in a dark hall or corridor, only to light everything up with a big wah sound as a freaking laser beam lights up the place. Pretty epic. And there are epic scenes too. I don't ever want to spoil any plots to games for those that haven't played yet, so I've been selected with the footage I've included in the video, but hopefully I'm still managing to show the scenes were often pretty awesome to look at. In fact, I do have one more minor gripe. In places, this game is flipping hard. And I don't mind a challenge, but if you've ever played Call of Duty on veteran difficulty, you'll know that feeling of you're in one bit of the game and you're having to play it over and over and over to get to that next checkpoint. Well, I had that a couple of times, even on the middle difficulty setting. You can persist with it and it will add to that sense of achievement when you finally get to beat the game. But if you've not got the time or patience, you can go into the options and change the difficulty up and down at any point. These parts of the game, you'll know when you get to them. I don't know. Part of me was annoyed because I felt like I had to cheese the enemies a bit, hiding behind some godlike bit of cover. But also, a bit of me felt satisfied that in the old school of gaming, there wasn't YouTube or guides, so unless you had a mate that had played the game, you just had to get stuck in and find out for yourself. So, in that respect, I found it a bit annoying at the time, but maybe I'll pull back from that being a gripe, and instead just say that those moments won't be for everyone, and that the difficulty setting is there if you're a wuss and you need it. Just kidding.
Oh, god damn! Somebody get the out of that toilet! Oh, come on!
This is the deluxe version of the game, and it comes with a couple of expansion packs too. But if you were to buy the game outside of Prime or Game Pass, second-hand copies of the base game are kicking about for under $10. I don't like to bang on too long in these types of videos, and I think you've hopefully got enough of a gist of what the game is about and if you fancy giving it a go. So please join me again soon as I seek out more fun gaming experiences. But for now, I'm out.